My story starts out probably the year 2000 when my wife and I were going through some real financial problems. And she was a Christian. She's been a Christian as long as I've known her. And I've been a Christian since the year 2000 when I gave my heart to the Lord in my life. But you know what? I didn't do anything with it. I didn't respond to it or anything else. I've been a member of the YMCA for a long time, and I decided, well, I've taken a couple of years off from exercising. I want to go back and exercise. So I started back there November of last year. And I exercised just a couple of times, and I felt a pain in my side here. And so I went to the doctor, and he looked at it, run the test, and says, yep. He said, I think you need your gallbladder removed, Don. I said, okay, when can we do it? So they removed my gallbladder, but unfortunately after that I had more pain. And it was worse pain than I had before I had the operation. So through other tests and everything, they come back to me and said, the one word that is devastating to anybody, you got cancer. But it was cancer of the liver, it was cancer of the pancreas. And it had metastasized in the liver. And there's Don, he come back to me and says, shook his head, he says, you got 6 days or 6 months. And they gave me a timeline. And then that's probably the worst thing they could have gave me. Was you're gonna die and it's not gonna be more than 6 months. So that's how I discovered the cancer, through another operation. And so immediately we went into chemotherapy. And that helped up until about 5 weeks ago. And the doctor comes to me and says, we've looked at your x-rays from when this first started in April. And we looked at them in September, and they're not the same. In fact, the growth in your cancer tumors and in your liver tumors and your pancreas have grown. And chemo won't do you any good anymore. Okay, so I decided that at that point in time, I'm going to leave it in the hands of God. So, to make the long story short, I had cancer. I was taking no treatments, and my only walk at that point in time was with God. And my relationship was not good. Okay, I could see where I fell down many, many times over that 9 years. I did start going to church. I did start reading the Bible. I did start many things that Christian people do, but I just didn't carry it to the relationship of me walking with God every day and be guided by His Word every day. I didn't take it that far. But when I got cancer, I think most people are going to turn to somebody. Okay, they may turn to their wife, they may turn to their pastor, they may turn to people, but I turned to God. I wish I would have done it sooner. Those are the regrets you look back on and says, why not 9 years ago? Why not then? Why did we wait 9 years and I had to get sick to prove me or probably wake me up? That's one thing I told Jim. I says, I'm going to take the time I have left and I'm going to devote every day, every second, every hour to God. Okay? And I'll do exactly what He tells me. You know, he touched, you know, He just spoke the world into existence. Anybody can say, speak the world into existence, I think I want to talk to, okay? I don't see, Craig, how anybody could go through this without God. And so that's why I say when I get up in the morning, I do my prayers, I kneel beside the bed, and I think of this man spoke into existence the whole world. And He's got my whole world now. And He will have until I either die or we come through the flames and a miracle happens and we're together. You know, you're bringing tears to my eyes, Craig. She's been my biggest support with God. You know, she's been a Christian a lot longer than I have, and she's my biggest earthly supporter. She's my whole world right now, okay? And God's my whole world, you know, and what it means to me is that I have someone beside me every night to go to bed with. It means that I have someone that I can trust, I have someone that's been my companion for almost 40 years. Next year, April, it'll be 40 years that we've been married, so it hurts me. It really hurts me to see what she goes through. It hurts me when I hear her down in the basement crying. She don't want me to see her tears. That's hurtful. I'm sure glad I met her 40 years ago. Cancer's secondary to my wife and God. Every day. That's something I got that I'm not going to change. There's only one person that can do that right now. And that's God. I'm relying on Him. I'm relying on prayer to see my wife and I through this. So I give Him praise. I give Him all the credit of everything that's happened in my life. Okay? God's the answer. If you turn to God at whatever age you're at, I don't care, I'm 59 years old, all right? If I would have known what I know now, I would have turned to God when I was 29. God's there for you. Just come and grab Him. He wants you. You're a child of His. And when He takes you home, He's going to take you home as a child of His. It's like any father who's sitting here and the son comes home. You're coming home to God. That's where He wants you. Okay? And that's where I'm at now. I'm waiting.